Many generations now, we have suffered. The Washichu we spoke to, but they don't hear. They're deaf. The women, the children, the old ones, they suffer. You from the cities, you are our warriors. Our warriors. They're deaf. We must now walk in the sacred way.
Okay, you got something real quick to bring up? That's John Horse right there.
Image of John Horse, and I guess this is a cracker general he was fighting.
Yep.
Right here. This is a image, if you can get that. That's a drawing of him, a drawing, artist depiction of him.
Look up Wildcat after that. I know we're running out of time. But cameraman, how much time do we have? Director?
30 seconds.
30 seconds. But with that, man, we're gonna close out. We can come back. We're gonna come back and bring out a little bit more information, and then we're gonna close out the show. But what we're gonna do is take like a little intermission, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna bring out a little bit more information, and then we're gonna close out this segment or this episode.
Wow,
Shalom, we're back, and we're going to keep going on. We're going to finish out this segment, bring out a little bit more information, and we got Wildcat here. We have an image, a drawing of painting of Wildcat.
John Horse.
That's John Horse. There we go. Yep. Look, we got an image of John Horse. No, let me see that. See, now you can look and see that he was so-called mixed.
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, maybe he was Judah, and his mother was Reuben. Supposedly, I think John Horse was Judah, but his mother was a so-called Reubenite, or not so-called Reubenite, was a Reubenite Seminole Indian woman. But that's why they called him a black Seminole. But he was of Indian blood, because his mother was a so-called Seminole woman, and his father was a so-called black man.
Now, you know, it's lucky. You know, it's funny when me and my brother Yaka, when we go into our heritage, we go back into about 1800s, and to our knowledge, we're Judah, and all of our ancestors used to mess with Seminole women, Cherokee women, and they were chased out of towns, from towns because of messing with different women, and they getting chased out of town. You know what I'm saying?
I can see that.
Right. And that's how we ended in Louisiana. You know, because we started from Virginia to Arkansas, got changed from there to running down to Louisiana. But Judah was all up and down. Right. Matter of fact. Grab that picture. This is my grandmother. You know what I'm saying? And you can see she's they used to call her Creole. You know what I'm saying? Which is trying to say that French Indian black, thing, whatever
Right.
they try to call that Creole. You know what I'm saying? And
Like my mother's people.
That's
That's what she was.
right. You know what I'm saying? But if you see my grandfather, I don't have a picture of him right handy. But he, you can clearly see he's Judah. So Judah used to always love messing with Seminole.
That's right.
And Gad. You know what I'm saying? Reuben and Gad.
That's right. Okay. Now we got John Horse over here. Not John Horse. Well, we had a bit. You want to show
John
that?
Horse, and he saw it, and that's Wildcat.
And that's Wildcat. Can you get an image of Wildcat up on the camera? You already did. Do we have some information on Wildcat?
It says Kuakuchi, a.k.a. Wildcat. Wildcat was an important...
Kuakuchi. Or Kokochi.
Kokachi.
Yeah.
Wildcat was an important resistance leader, respected and feared by the U.S. Army. He inspired his followers with a daring escape from behind bars in 1837. In 1841, captured for a second time, he convinced many to join him as he was forced from Florida. Conditions in the western Indian territories were devastating. In 1849, Wildcat and 100 followers escaped the reservation to settle in Mexico, where he lived until his death.
That's right. You see that? Wildcat and John Horse they were partners. They used to roll tight, messing them Edomites up. And they got captured along with Osceola, but they were the ones that fasted with their band of warriors and got so thin that they was able to slip through the bars, I believe, in Fort Marion prison down there, and escaped and got back out into the glades and just continued messing them crackers up.
But it also proves that they, the spirit of their spirit not to get captured, and they still couldn't get defeated, and they escaped.
To fast so that you can slip through the bars.
See that, man?
That's some discipline that no other nation is going to have, man.
That's right. You see that? And we got an image of Wildcat. So pretty much, man, the history is coming out through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. We've been bringing out the history. So this whole blood quantum thing, to get back on that original topic, is all bullshit. We brought out the information that you so-called white people, you came up with that whole concept of the blood quantum thing, okay, so that you could disinherit our people. Same thing with the so-called Jewish thing. Y'all stole the land of Israel, and y'all came up with the whole concept of the white man being the Jews, and in 1947 you made Israel a state officially so that you could disinherit that's the scripture, man. Let us cut them off from being the people.
That's right.
I'm going right to it. Because this scripture never gets old. None of the scriptures get old.
That's right, man.
Psalms 83, and I'm just start at verse 1. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult. They that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones.
That's right. That was the whole thing with the Indian blood quantum thing. Trying to say genocide by pen. Oh, you people are not Indians. You're Negroes. So that way, you can say that they're not Indians, and you would have a right to take our land. You would have a right to take our land and steal our land and totally disinherit us from being who we are. You did that to all the tribes, all Israel. Just like, and you did the same thing to Issachar, man. Just like you stole Texas, California, Colorado, New Mexico. That was all what you consider people, so-called Mexicans, which the word, we went into that, the word Mexican goes back to the word Mexica, which was Issachar. Because Issachar, which the Mexica became the Aztec, when it was a small island, they were known as Mexica. Then it grew into the Aztec Empire, which the Aztec Empire went from what you know as Mexico today. Shit, it reached up to Montana, man. Okay? Because the Aztecs would trade with Gad and Reuben and the other tribes, man. Okay? Because turquoise is down in Mexico, too. This right here, turquoise, okay, it primarily came down from that region. The Aztecs dealt with turquoise, the stone, it was down in that area, man. You understand? Turquoise primarily comes from the west coast, the southwest. That's where fucking turquoise comes from, the southwest. So all them areas today, which Arizona, New Mexico, that was all so-called Mexican land. But then the white man, you gonna tell the Mexicans, man, you got the Minutemen down there on the border killing them Issacharites when they try to come across the border. You devils got a lot of shit to fucking pay for, man.
Devils.
You got a lot of shit to pay, man. When the Lord give us that power, man, you know what I mean? But the Lord gonna put the spirit on a lot of them. But then that's why Issachar is fucking y'all up too, man. Them crackers that come down there, them cartels. But them niggas are wicked, them drug cause they killing their own people, man. But they be killing crackers too, that you know what I mean? Yeah. But the Lord gonna put the spirit on them damn Mexican drug cartels. That it's gonna come a point where the Most High is gonna just change things up. And He's gonna put a spirit on Israel to just start killing Esau, man.
These 2/3 gangbangers in America, all these jakes, they got one last mission, man. The Most High gonna use them as a weapon against these Edomites when that day comes.
Right.
Like the wicked ass, crazy ass MS-13, the Bloods and Crips, the Vice Lords, disciples, all of them. Damn, the Counts, the Latin disciples, Maniac disciples, all
Latin
them
Kings.
All them guys gonna come. They gonna be used as a weapon against Esau when that time comes.
Yep, that's right. So that's the only reason we get mad. We hear about the shit these niggas be doing, chopping people up, putting people in bags and shit, and doing all. And we said, well, why the Lord got these niggas alive? They're alive for that race war, man. Because Esau gonna kill a whole heap of them. But what's gonna happen, at some point, the Most High gonna switch it, and these gangbangers, they gonna start killing Esau, man. But you Edomites, the whole Indian blood quantum thing, that's the scripture said that you would do that. It's prophecy. See, going back into prophecy. What happened to us was prophecy being fulfilled. But now, like the scripture says in Genesis, give me the book in Genesis 49, Gad, a troop shall overcome him. Okay? Gad and Reuben and Issachar. Meaning the so-called Native Americans, the white man conquered us. It was prophecy for the white man to conquer us. But in the end, the Lord going to put the spirit on us and we're going to rise up. And a lot of the so-called Native Americans, these bow and arrows, man, a lot of y'all, the Most High going to put the spirit on a lot of y'all to raise up and start killing crackers. And a lot of these so-called Mexicans, they're going to start killing crackers, man.
They're already doing that in L.A. Issachar been on that. They're setting the police up for a minute, man. They would call in. They've been doing that for the last couple of years. Where they would call in these fake police. They would report a crime, and when the police would show up, they would ambush them and kill the cops, shoot them up and stuff like that.
See that?
They've been doing that out in L.A. for a while now. This is Genesis 49:19. Gad, a troop shall overcome him.
And all this information we going into on the computer about how Andrew Jackson and you crackers came and conquered the so-called Seminole Indians and the other so-called native tribes, that was all prophecy. That was your time. Manifest destiny. This is manifest destiny now.
But he shall overcome at the last.
So you know what? In the times we in now, the time of the end, it's time for the tribes of Israel to overcome. So the so-called Native Americans, the people that you conquered and kicked us in the ass and took our land, the Most High is going to raise our people up, and we're going to come together as Israelites. See, that's why the Lord got us set up. We're the prophets. We're set up to tell you about your downfall. And then it's going to take place, man. As we speak, every time we speak and read these scriptures, we put that vibration out there, man. And then slowly but surely, the Most High is just bringing this place down, right up until the missiles come, man. And the 144,000, the 12,000 that Gad and Reuben are going to get together with the other tribes, and we're going to raise up and come together. Okay? And those are going to be the ones that's going to be delivered out of here as this place is destroyed, America, by that thermonuclear holocaust that's coming over here. And then, after that point, when the 144,000 are delivered out of here, that's when Daniel's comes in. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, ever, and even forever. That's when all the 12 tribes, we're just going to go around the earth, reclaiming the earth, man, under the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, man. And Yahweh Shai going to be leading the charge.
That's right.
Under him going to be King David, resurrected back, which means David and the men that was with David. It's going to actually be King David.
And they don't want it with King David.
Okay?
Y'all want it.
Okay.
That's right. So it's going to be a hell of a time, man. It's going to be a terrible time to be not an Israelite in that time. Well, no. Some of our people we're going to have to kill.
That's right.
Because when that time comes, man, we're going to go into them areas like down in South America, down in the wilderness, them tribes down there, man, the Naphtali and Asher, you know, down in Peru, them tribes, a lot of them are heathens, man. They're Israelites, but they're just totally heathenists. They're on there eating monkey brains, and running around half naked. We're gonna just kill them. A lot of them ain't gonna come back into the fold. But with that, you got something you want to bring up?
Just one quote.
Okay, brother, come on with it. Come on with it.
This was a quote by Wildcat.
Yes, please bring that up.
He says, "I speak for myself, for I am free. Each of the others I also speak for themselves. We are a choir of voices that will drown out your lies."
Look at that. That's what's happening. So Wildcat was a prophet. Wildcat might be back amongst the elect, amongst the brothers in the truth.
Okay.
That's us. Through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Hashah, we are a choir of voices that's drowning out your lives.
Okay.
This word, this truth is getting out and it's starting to get to you devils. That's why you're messing with us, man. That's why you're messing with the internet. Y'all take our shows off. Y'all doing everything y'all can do to try to stop this word, but you can't stop it, man.
This is 2 Ezra 6 and 9. For Esau is the end of the world.
That's right. When Esau, that's why the world is all defiled. That's why everybody's all sick with infirmities and all jacked up and all messed up. Because you devils are destroying the earth. Esau is the end of the world, meaning also too, we're coming to the end of your time now, Esau.
And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
The 12 tribes of Israel. Meaning we're going to rule the next kingdom, man. Gad, Reuben, Judah, Issachar, Naphtali, Asher, all of us, Ephraim. We're going to rule your asses, man. We're going to put you in that slavery for that 1,000 years. And in that slavery is when we're going to get payback. Wildcat said that we're a choir of voices, meaning Chicago, Texas, New York, Boston, Florida, L.A.
God, that was prophetic.
That was prophetic. So Wildcat knew something, man. The Lord probably showed him a vision that in the end, in the latter times, that the Most High, the Creator, the Great Spirit, was going to raise up the tribes to be a choir of voices against you devils, you so-called white people.
Psalms 19.
That's right.
That was a beautiful quote from Wildcat.
That's right.
So with that, this has been another installment, a special installment of the final American Indian Uprising here in Chi-Town, Chicago, with my brother Malcolm of the Ban Ra'al Ban Yasha'ala. So we're going to say shalom to the elect and to all you brothers out there of the elect. Shalom.
Shalom.
Many generations now, we have suffered. The Washichu we spoke to, but they don't hear. They're deaf. The women, the children, the old ones, they suffer. You from the cities, you are our warriors. Our warriors. They're deaf. We must now walk in the sacred way.
Yeah.